everybody, it's Jill with Angel Creations. Welcome back to my craft room. We're going to have some fun today using these cat scratch boards. So I have already started the project just to save a little bit of time. Let me put my Joel box. Anybody have a Joel box? I just love my Joel. I know he's controversial, but I still love him. I don't know why. I think he feeds me the word, and I can go and check in my Bible, and he's telling me what I'm seeing, so I don't know. But I know we're not going to get into that. Anyway, we're going to have a blast today using cat scratch boards. Yes, I said cat scratch boards. They come from the Dollar Tree, and look how cool they are. Can you see? It's almost like a honeycomb. Can you see that? OMG. I haven't tried to cut this yet, but I'm going to, but not in this project. So we're making a flag, obviously, and what I have done already is I taped off my boards, right? I just taped it right down the middle. I don't even think that is down the middle, but I like it. It's okay. So I just taped it right down the middle because we are going to be making a flag. So I need to tape off the next piece here approximately in the middle. And then we are going to paint this red, white, and blue. So because I put this together, eventually some of this blue has to come down into the other tile there. So then I have a little short piece that I can just, whoops, it's sticking together. I'm saving my tape that I was already using. It's perfectly fine. And then I'm just going to tape off there. So now I know that this square is going to be red, and I am using crimson from Waverly, and then my next one is going to be white, and my square is going to be blue. So let's get to painting. So I did this last Saturday. This is my second one of these. It was so much fun. And I enjoyed it so much that I'm making, and it was such a hit, you guys. It was such a hit. So I decided that I couldn't leave my YouTubers out of the loop. This is such a cute craft. So I'm doing it again with you guys. So this is my second one, and it's really, really fun to make. So it's really, really farmhousey because it is so, what's the word? It is so, I want to say primitive, but not everybody understands. I mean, that's definitely a decoration style. I decorate in primitive. And when I say primitive, I mean like Little House on the Prairie, you know, I would love that. But, anyway, I lost my train of thought, so no big deal. But it was a really big hit. I'm putting my paintbrushes in these bags. I'm just putting them back in there because I had already done that when I was painting, right? And so I wanted to keep my paintbrush without having it in water. Okay, so now I am going to go on to my little square here, and I'm painting that in the color Ocean by Waverly. I love this color. It's very country. And we're going to go, oh, actually, we don't need that piece there because we need this whole square to be blue. Let me do this. It looks like it slid over. So before, yeah, that'll be all right. I'm going to do it this way now. All right, so we're just gonna paint our blue, and we have little wooden stars that we're gonna put in the blue, but we're not gonna do, of course, the right amount of them. I'm either gonna do 3 or 5. I haven't decided yet. I like to do an odd number. So either 3 or 5 will do. All right, there we go. There's our little blue. Now we need to take our tape off and do our red stripe, and this flag is a flag. So I told you I'm using white in Waverly, and I'm also going to be needing to put a little tiny bit more white there because I moved the blue tape. So I'll just go back and dab a little bit more on there. And now I'm going to tape off my blue, line my thing up again here, so I don't get red on that. And we're going to paint our red. And it's in crimson. I like the crimson. Again, it's very country. All right. And I love the blue, the way it looks on here like a blue jean, you know? Let's separate this so we don't get our white, our other board that we did. And this soaks up the paint, and I loved how my other one came out because I just barely brushed on the color. But when I started to do this first one before I got on here, I gave it a little bit too much paint. So now I have to stay consistent with that. So I'm bearing down a little harder and putting my colors on a little bit darker than I did my other one. And I liked my other one a little bit better. So you do you. If you like it bright blue, do it bright blue. But let's get that blue paintbrush in our baggie too. Oh my goodness. Open a bag or what here? All right, yeah, we have those. Those can go over there. Get away. Okay. Overwhelmed with all the paint colors here. Okay, so, but I was going to just take a little brush and give this a little white because I have a little bare spot where I moved my tape. So I'm just going to take a little brush, just a tiny bit, and fix that without even taping it off. Never know the difference. And that paintbrush we put in water. I'm running out of space here. Alright, so before, so there's our flag, you guys, but we do have to dry it just a minute. So I will dry this for a minute and then we'll be right back. Okay, that's pretty well dry. Now we are going to flip it over because now we are going to attach these all together. So flip it over and line it up. They're not perfect. They're not going to be perfect because, I don't know, they're mass produced and not perfect. All right, so, but we don't want our crafts perfect. So we're going to attach it with some of these, gallon paint sticks, if I can cut them. Usually they're not that hard to cut, but you know my hands. Okay, so we're going to attach our flag on the back using our, I think these are a gallon, yeah, because they come like 5 gallon or a gallon, and these are the smaller ones. So we're just going to put a heap ton of glue, making sure that we touch all 3 scratch pads. And we're going to do the same thing here. And you could put 3. I did 2 on my last one. It seems to be very sturdy with 3. this one over, making sure they're about the same. Press those down, and then that's really all that takes here on the back. So we're gonna measure. I want to make some knots. We have this little piece of leftover nautical rope from the Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna put 2 knots in it. Work away here. I am going to put 2 knots. I need it a little bigger though. There we go. There we go. There's one, just a knot. And I guess I will do the other knot right next to it if I can get it through there. Like this. So I have 2 knots. Can you guys see that? 2 knots. And now we are going to not use these. We are going to use some scissors and cut our knots off, just like that. All right, now I'm going to take my 2 knots and I'm going to cut them right in between. Trim this one a little because it's a little crazy. Tying it. Okay, now we're going to take the rest of this and we're going to make, while this is gluing and all that, we should have, oh, here's the other one. We're going to take our rest of our nautical rope and we are going to just give it a lot of glue. Stick that little end down in that glue and hold it down. And then I'm going to put a little more glue on top of the rope, and I'm going to put my leftover piece of stick there to anchor it. Got to hold it, really squishing it down and holding it tight. Otherwise it'll be just a huge bump in the back. So you got to squish that rope in between it, sandwich it, if you will, right in between. All right, I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. Heap ton. We're going to stick our end of our rope down in it. And we might as well do it while it's hot. So we'll go ahead and add a little more heap ton and our stick. And we'll squish that down. Whoop, not squish it out, but we'll squish it down. And this end is the one that was the end or beginning, and it's taped, so it's not as easy to squish. But I'll give it a little extra muscle. A little extra elbow grease, right? Did your parents say elbow grease? My mother used to say that when I had to do the dishes. Put some elbow grease into those pots and pans. All right, almost set here. Almost set. Nope. Got to give it a little more glue under there. All right, let me put you on pause for a minute, just so we don't have to watch things glue. Okay, that should be good. We should be good to go here. Let's get a wet whistle. And let's flip our flag up. How cute is that? Now, right where our rope pieces start and end, we're going to put these knots, because we want this to look like the rope is going right through our hanger. I mean, we want our hanger to look like it's going right through, but it really isn't. It's a trick of the trade. Isn't that cute? All right, let's do this one. And you put it right where the rope would be. And then I'm going to make a really fun rag bow. Not with ribbon. We're going to do a messy bow with rags. And that's going to go up here in the corner. So that's why I said we're probably only going to put like 3 to 5 stars. And these are the stars we're using from Dollar Tree. I think they came out at Christmas. So look at that. Doesn't that look like it went right through? Really cute. All right, I'm going to put this aside for a minute. And I am going to take, don't fall, I pre-cut some burlap. I only had 2 pieces of the burlap, so this is all odds and ends. So I cut 2 pieces of burlap, and I think I have like 4 pieces of just cotton blue, navy blue, and then I think I have 4, I might have 6 of each, but I think 4, we'll see when I make it, and I like it stringy, of the ticking, and this is real ticking, real thick ticking, and then a little bit of homespun here, some little gingham cotton. Okay, so now to do, and I have a little bit of raffia I'd like to throw in it, but we'll see. Sometimes it's not called for. And we're gonna need our jute. So this is, I just filled my jute container, so this is the end of a roll. I'm just gonna use that up. All right, so we're gonna take the only 2 burlap that we have, and we're gonna make an X. And then we're gonna just take, let's separate our things here, our fabrics. Okay, so now I'm gonna take ticking, and then I'm gonna take a piece of blue, and I'm gonna go in the middle like this, up and down, cross like that. And then I'm gonna take my little gingham and do the same thing. I'm gonna overlap the blue. And then we can't do that again with the burlap because we don't have any more burlap. So we're gonna do an X with the blue that we have left over. And then we're gonna do our crisscross, the opposite. See, we're doing the opposite of what we did the layer before. So now I'll crisscross this. Now we're gonna put our pointer finger in the middle of that, and we're gonna cinch it with our fingers and thumb, but we have to have our piece of jute ready because I like that in my thumb, okay? So I'm gonna put that there, and I'm gonna take my finger and I'm just gonna cinch that up, pinch that right up. It's tight, it's thick, so as tight as you can. Let me fix my jute there. Hold that as tight as you can and wrap your jute as tight as you can. And you know I don't have strong hands. You wanna go around and around and around. And then you want to end it and tie it to your original piece that you had started with. So let me cut that off. So you had 2 ends of jute here. Before I tie it tight, I'm just going to pull it so I don't have to hold it. I'm going to flip it over, and I am going to fluff and mold here. Fluff and mold. I want all my ribbon showing, all my material, all my rags, I want those all showing. And as I pull and tug, a lot of it is getting frayed, and I love that. Now see, I want my burlap over here to show, so I'm going to pull it out a little more and do the same with this piece. Pull and tug, and it's rags, right? So it's supposed to be messy. I just want all my Especially I want my burlap showing, especially. And then if my materials have flipped, I will try to flip it back, like this one. My ticking is upside down, so before I pull this tight, I can fix that and flip it. All right, I'm good. I'm gonna pull this as tight as I can make it. Double tie it again. Why not go for a third? And then we would just cut that off. We don't need those. And then I like to put a little raffia in it, but all I'm gonna do is find the beginning of my raffia, and I'm just gonna wrap it around a couple of times, around like maybe 4 fingers. There, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut that off, and we're gonna do the same thing. I might be able to use this little piece of jute here if it's not too short. We're just gonna tie this up in the middle. It's a really, really, really short piece of jute, Jill. Yeah, that was a silly decision. Let's get a little piece, a longer piece here. So keeping that bow tight as we can. As a matter of fact, let's just hold and wrap, and then tie. That's how we do it. My goodness, every time I turned the news on, which was my first mistake, right, this morning, it's been weighing on my mind. This family in Georgia. All right, I tied that. I'm cutting off my jute string here. And then it's like a little bow, see? Little bow. But I am going to cut all those loops. So there's a family in Georgia. It looks like a very nice family. They had a very nice home. I don't remember where in Georgia, but they had a 10-year-old and they were starving it to death. What's the matter with people? How can you, first of all, how can you hurt a child? A child. He was 10 years old and he weighed like 36 pounds, I think they said. Like, how? How do you have a child and not love it? I don't understand. I just don't understand it. All right, so now we have our little crazy raffia bow. I'm just going to cut a couple more that I see. But I think it's all cut. And I'm going to stick that right in the middle. I'm just kind of fluffing it. I'm going to stick that right in the middle of our rag bow. Fix that. I don't know why that looked like that. It's funny. You fix and fix and fix. You put it down and you pick it up again and you're like, well, heck. Well, it didn't look good. All right, so now we're just going to glue that right to the center of our rags. I love these. I used to make these all the time. I haven't made a rag bow in a very long time. So cute. And then we will get this bow on, and it is oversized. It's kind of the star of the show, you know what I mean? It's like we have our beautiful flag, and yes, that is the star of the show too. Whoop, I knew everything was gonna fall. Let's take another look at that, right? Shall we? That's what the back looks like. Yeah, really cute. All right, now we are going to put our bow And we're gonna hide this, but that's okay with me because I know we're hiding that knot, but to me it had to be there. You know what I mean? I wouldn't sleep tonight. Even though we're hiding this knot, I wouldn't sleep tonight knowing that we didn't add that there. So, yeah, I know. I'm crazy like that. All right, so we want room for our, I'm going to put it up high because I want to put at least a few stars here. And I might even put, I'm going to put a heap ton. We're going to need another glue stick. Let's get another glue. We're going to need more. A little bit more glue. Because I really want my bow not to go anywhere. So let's put our bow on. Just like that. So cute. What do you guys think of this so far? If you're liking it, this is a great time to give me a thumbs up. Sharing is caring, so go ahead and share this video. Share this video. It doesn't cost you a thing. And hit that subscribe button because we're going to do a giveaway when we get up to 700 subscribers. So blessed, so happy, so thrilled to have all you guys. I want to say hi to Justine. You guys, Angel Creations has reached Barbados. Barbados. Justine, aka J. Rockefeller, is Justine, one of our subscribers, and she's so sweet. Thank you so much for your love and support, Justine. Always commenting, always. That really helps my channel. It tells YouTube that you are interested in what I have to offer. And so I really just, I'm pulling and tugging things while I hold that. But I am just so grateful to Justine. And I just wanted to shout her out today because she told me she's watching from Barbados. And that blows my mind. Like, I'm being, like, that's like so far away from Florida to me. Like, that is like, I don't know. Anyway, I just want to shout out to Justine today. I'm feeling grateful for you. Feeling grateful for you today. Just want to let you know that. Okay, now, here this is. Before we pick it up, because I don't know if that heap ton of glue is dry yet, we are going to use the stars from the Dollar Tree, and I think they came out at Christmas. I love the natural wood, and because they're laser cut, they already have a brown edge. So, like I said, we're not going to do the whole thing. So, I'm thinking 3, and maybe one in the multi-layered star of the show. Get it? Star of the show. I'm just feeling kooky today. All right, now I have a thing about my stars. Now, I don't know if it's a real thing, if I really learned this somewhere, or if I'm making it up. So don't, just take it with a grain of salt, because I'm not sure. I could be making this up, but isn't it proper to make your when you're doing especially a flag or anything patriotic, I guess, you want the star facing up? Like, you don't want your stars down. You don't want, anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. If you know, you know. So I don't know if I learned that somewhere or if I made it up. But I like all my stars to be facing up. All the point. I mean, to me, there's a top to my star, and that's it. I would never put my star with the V and the point down. But Maybe I made that up. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Bill must know. Bill, if you know, am I making that up? I tend to do things like that. I don't really make things up, but I feel like I knew or I learned it. You know how in school you learned when you were young a flag can never touch the ground? I learned that if your flag touches the ground, you have to burn it. And I told somebody that one time and they were like, you'll never burn a flag. No, I understand you never burn a flag unless it's already been, if it's touched the ground, it's been disgraced. So you destroy it. Please tell me in the comments if I'm right. I really believe that. I really believe I learned that. I'm going to pull some of these strings while I'm holding this because I like that frayed look. Love it. I would have actually frayed this more had I thought about taking the time. All right, you guys, this is our project. I know it's another Memorial Day one, but look at how cute, right? Look how cute that is. I love that, you guys. I love that little secret knot trick. But what about the star of the show? What do we think? Like it? Let me know, you guys. Let me know. And I love that you can see through it. I don't know if you guys can, but you can see through it. It's like honeycomb. Oh yes, this stuff is more in our future. You know, I like to pull cardboard apart and get the rippled inside sometimes to do, especially if I'm doing a craft that has multimedia, you know. But I looked at this in the box at the Dollar Tree and I just kept thinking, I think that's really cool. We could do something with that. And so last Saturday Night Live, if you're not following me on Facebook, we did this live on Saturday. So it was a really big hit. So I thought, well, not everybody on YouTube is on Facebook, so I'm still picking threads because it's just so much fun. Is on Facebook, so I have to do this for them too. So to all the people who were not on Facebook and watched me do this live, you just saw me do it live. Well, is it live or is it Memorex? It's a video, but almost as close as live as can be. All right, everybody, until I see you, let's see. I'm not going to see you tomorrow. It's my day off, Sunday. So I guess I will see you Monday. And until then, everybody, you know what to do. Be good and do good. Bye now.